Welcome back to Dum-Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never role-played before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Great Wizard Bukake, your host. Our heroes have destroyed the portal, learned about the clerics, and have someone to rescue. Juniper's explosives worked perfectly. Quinny escaped the guards and organized a meetup at the mysterious thrift shop. And Butthole identified a cleric and got her on side. But can they find and save Furnold the Fierce? Find out next on Dum-Dums and Dragons.
You are sneaking through the streets of Akat on your way to the barracks. You've heard that there are a number of disappearances and that Furnold the Fierce, the fiercest cleric this side of Akat, literally, there are very few left, has gone to try and see if he can put a stop to it, or at least solve the mystery of what's going on there. However, Kazos, your contact at the thrift store, oh my God, I did it again.
Yeah, same
at
word.
The thrift shore. At the thrift shore, just that's what it is.
Okay.
It's
The thrift Storp.
Storp.
That's where we can just put it all together.
There we go. I like it. All right. So anyway, Kazos had told you that of the remaining clerics in town who might be able to help you against, a pair of liches, that you're after both Fernald and Balderson, son of Maldarian. Malderson.
Baldarian?
Son of
Balderson, son of Malderson. the cheese cleric.
Yeah. Something about this stinks.
From the god of aged cheddar. I am Balderson, son of Malderson.
Oh my God.
Cheddar.
They sliced him up. You gotta see it in there. It's a charcuterie.
It's a charcuterie, Jesus. I am a sacrifice to myself.
I'm gonna make you lactose intolerant, he says.
The only thing no one can have too much of is me. God.
This is definitely the 11th episode we've recorded this weekend.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
starting to show.
yeah. The real, the challenge for the rest of the session is: will my throat or my ability to pronounce names give out first? You, the audience, decide. So, Baldarian, son of Maldarian, as well as Standis Wittis, are the folks that you are after. So, Baldarian, Kazos is going to make contact with. Standis Wittis is set to fight Brutalatrix in the arena, and Furnold the Fierce is investigating the situation at the barracks. So you're on your way to the barracks to see what's what. It is early morning, the day of the murder parade. So it is bustling. The alarm is still sounding, but there's other shit happening. And now
What
that
does the alarm sound like? Did we decide?
we didn't.
It's not that guy who was a trench coat of worms. That awful sound he was making. Yeah, what?
No, it is in a similar vein though.
It's the opposite.
It's just the opening theme song from White Lotus.
That's not what I thought the opposite would sound like.
Just playing constantly.
Because the first one was
Yeah,
it's got a musicality to it.
it's big 11th episode energy. No, it's they have basically there are a series of big coiled war horns throughout the sort of at various points along the wall. And so we've been making a bunch of jokes about it, but it is literally people like blowing into these horns. But it just means that there's kind of a constant low thrumming, loud bass sound, almost like a foghorn at a lower decibel.
No, it's a didgeridoo for me. It's going,
Why are you arguing about what it sounds like in his world?
that's what it sounds like to me now.
Impressed with just
This is the lowest stakes argument with God we've had ever.
We're creating a magical storytelling tapestry together, so it's totally fine. You can interpret it however you want. B, you're wrong. I'm right. C, man, you thought that werewolf thing was bad. You just wait. You fight me on horns. We're fucking done.
I hear a different sound. Roll a d6.
Worth it.
I hear a different sound. Cool. My sound sounds like Juniper getting cut out of the show.
No.
But don't worry, Moss is still here, so it's just Juniper is going to come back.
Yeah, the character whose arc we've been following goes away, but we get the Gary Busey nutty nougat core. So yes,
Still a person.
no. So we hear either didgeridoos or the opening theme song of White Lotus, or we hear big bass sounds. Regardless, it's something that at this point has faded into the background. It's just one of those sounds that isn't so high pitched and aggravating that you can't do anything but concentrate on it. Because the key to remember here too is that Akat is used to doing harm. So it's almost less like air raid siren and more like scramble alarm. Like this really is just like a, hey everyone, we're going to war tune. Unfortunately, having been at war now for a long time, it's sort of faded into the background. The destruction of the portal gate is a big fucking problem, and there's a lot of attention being drawn to that.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's different than last night when they were like, somebody fought a guy in a bar. This is like, someone blew up our link to our allies.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, but that literally just happened. Like that happened like an hour ago. So it's there's an investigation going on there. There's just this murder parade must happen, as you've ascertained from the people you've talked to. It's fine to be an all-powerful Lich Lord. You can control the undead, but the living still need some convincing. So it's clearly a very high priority for Akat that they're even still doing this fucking thing. But with the portal down, it seems more important than ever to like get people on side. Things must continue as planned for now, because if things get out of hand, it's going to be bad for all involved. But there's a tone to the town now that there wasn't previously that is a bit more, everyone's on edge. And you can see that the faction splitting is starting to happen much more visibly now. You can see, not that people are running around throwing the sign of the Freebird openly, but the Dark Spikes and the traditional Akat troops are more and more disparate, particularly because, as you've established, the Akat soldiers, knowing the portal is gone, aren't like, that sets the clock back by quite a bit, and they don't need to pretend to be as excited about this merger that's happening. Whereas the Dark Spikes are extra desperate now because they need the horde that are here to think they're cool until they go, which is like a time.
Well, and if everything goes bad, they threw in with the side where they're like, yeah, we're team new guys. They're like, new guys might not make it. And they're like, they're gonna fucking make it.
Yeah. And there's enough here too that it's like, well, I want to be on team. There's like, a bunch of cool dudes here. I want to, when they leave, take me with you, because at this point, yeah, there's no going back. So again, tension's rising. As always, I will need a roll to get you through town. You were able to catch your breath briefly in the thrift shop. I did it. One inspiration to me.
Yay!
Oh, now I just need to pass my next will save. And oh no! If you want to swap the ring back around, you can do that. I'm curious how you're trying to get to the barracks, given that it's kind of like cross town.
As Quinny, Quinny will say, like, I don't need the ring. I'm good without it. I do want to keep track of who has it. It was a gift from not Pete. It is precious to me. Just want to make sure who's got it. I'm assuming whichever one of you is about to turn invisible.
Okay, I would say, Moss, you've got a costume like a trooper. We know it fits you, so you do that. Quinny, you're super sneaky. I'll take the invisible ring because I don't have any cover. Reginald will try to, Reginald his way through this scenario, but if any of us get caught and have to talk to people, everyone thinks he's like a major important figure, whereas half of them seem to think I'm a heretic who needs to be murdered.
Right.
So I'll go invisible.
That's wise.
All right, so that's the plan.
Okay. So Moss.
I was going to say, Reginald, instead of just walking around trying to look important, he actually wants to stomp around looking furious, just carrying his flaming hammer. So he's got purpose, but it's just like, you not want to fucking stop this guy is his idea.
Honestly, good cover in this particular moment in Akat. So, okay. From Moss, I'm going to want either deception or performance. You can pick.
Okay.
Quinny, roll your fucking stealth check. It's fine.
Yes, sir.
Just do the thing. And Ryan, for Reginald, I think this is maybe intimidation.
Great.
And for Butthole, I'll take stealth at advantage.
For Moss, deception is 25.
Fuck yeah.
I was going to say, Butthole normally is at disadvantage with his armor, but knowing this is just walking around, do we still have advantage, or do you want to call it at neutral?
Yeah, let's call it a neutral.
Call it neutral? Okay. Yeah. For Reginald, nat 20.
Oh, shit.
For Butthole, Nat 1.
Ooh.
It's always sad when a character says, I'm going to want this back because it was a gift from someone I care about.
But no, I don't think he'd burn that here. Yeah, no, he's just wearing the ring. Yeah, I have inspiration, but I don't think Butthole would use it here. He wouldn't think of that.
Okay, well,
I guess I'll just fuck myself then.
Here's the consequence. Butthole, you slip the ring on, and you begin to walk invisibly until you realize that you are very, very visible. That the ring has had no effect.
Oh, well, fuck me. He looks around. There's no Quinny. He's, Quinny! Make that sound again? Quinny! Quinny! It's like a stage whisper in the street, just hoping Quinny hears him.
I mean, I'd like to think I'd be keeping an eye on everyone.
Sure, yeah, I would buy that. Like, you're so good at stealth that realistically, like, you've got time.
Yeah. And I probably would clock Butthole standing still in the street. Whether I can hear him or not, just repeatedly saying something.
Yes, I would buy that.
Okay.
For $1.
I rolled a 19 for stealth if it matters. It doesn't appear to
Did
anymore.
you roll a 1?
I rolled a 4.
Oh, man. All right. It is possible. Dreams can come true for Tom.
I think they just did. My fucking ring is
Fair enough.
busted.
Yeah.
No.
What do you do?
You hear me before you see me. I'm just like, what are you doing?
The ring doesn't work.
What do you mean? Of course it works. Just turn invisible.
And he like holds up a hand, puts the ring on it, thinks really hard with his eyes closed, opens his eyes again. Huh?
Give me the ring. Give me the ring.
Gives
Give me
Quinny the ring.
Is this anything different about it?
It looks dull.
I didn't know how this thing worked, but we might have used it up. I didn't know its magic was finite. That might not even be the case, but I'm gonna hang on to it for now. It's still from not Pete. Maybe it'll get better later. I don't know.
Okay, what do we do? And then Reginald comes around the corner. He's like, "Silence, prisoner!" He just grabs Butthole, like slaps cuffs on him, and just starts marching him down the street as his new cover for getting Butthole through town.
All right. Are you still wearing your like peasant disguise, or are you just like?
I don't think Reginald can. Reginald's got to flip to the gold coat. Butthole, yes, so that he's
Butthole, yeah,
he's,
okay.
he's
I was
not gonna
mainly
march him
wondering
through
if
an
it's
armor.
like the Chewbacca gambit where you're like, I caught Chewbacca specifically Lord Vader, or if it's like, I caught this random Wookiee.
He's going to go with random Wookiee in this
All right,
circumstance.
yeah.
And Reginald will put on his helmet so that his face is hidden from anybody who sees him marching around.
Okay.
So they just see, Horde and Akat appropriate armor, a flaming hammer, and marching someone while seeming very mad at them.
Great, yeah. And you get like, Reginald, you get some like nods of approval from people. There's a lot of like, keep up the good work. It's like when bus drivers slow down to like honk at each other to be like, we're having a rough time because everyone on this bus sucks. But like, you and I, we got this. So yeah, there's some of that in some like, again, general almost relief because anyone caught for this is like one less person who will probably just be rousted from their bed and blamed for, the terrorist attack that blew up the portal bridge. Minor details. Okay, great. So you make your way across town and you arrive back at the barracks. So as I said, the barracks is like if you've played any video game that's like set in hell, I'm mostly thinking of the Dante's Inferno video game, but like,
is this a meat hell or more of a conventional
this
hell?
is a bone hell.
Okay.
So this is like God of War architecture from like the old God of War games, where it's just like heavily spiked, like again very very overdone, a building trying to look metal as hell, but like trying too hard. Because, of course, metal isn't about trying. It's about being metal. And this is not being metal. This is talking about metal. So it's similar to the hospital. It's a large building. This one is actually larger, much larger than the hospital because when they had magic, they could just heal everyone. This is really where a lot of the soldiers of Fakal live. There were other barracks, but they've been shuttered. They're kind of off in the distance. this one you can think of kind of like a mid-sized apartment or condo unit. So it's like probably about 5 stories tall, and it's a big square with a gap in the middle, and then spikes, just spikes all the way down. As you approach, there are a couple guards out front. You're now starting to see guards posted at every building to ensure that what happened doesn't happen everywhere. One of the guards, a drow man in very much in like dark spike armor, sees you approach and just says, Reginald sees you approach specifically and says, well met, child of Akat. What prisoner do you bring here?
Shit, Quinny's still not with the group. So Reginald is now in charge. In his head, he's just like, that little turd was supposed to stay with us to do the talking. And he's just like, we're here to see Furnold the Fierce. He has more information about this prisoner I found.
The guard's eyes flash and he says, wait, one of the traitors is here? And he starts yelling orders to like turn the place upside down. He said, there's a cleric in our midst. Find them.
Yep, let's find them. I'm here to help.
Nope.
He's here to help find them. That's true.
Yeah. They turn back and immediately it's like, the halberds drop. This guard steps forward, draws his sword and kind of like puts it under your chin and he says, you come seeking one of the exiled clerics. Why? Do you want to stand up against our amazingly cool Dark Lord?
No, because I'm Reginald Tingler. And he takes off his helmet and he's like, I'm not here to fuck around. I'm here to take charge.
I think intimidation's probably in order here.
It's my boy. That is an 11, but fuck no, he's Reginald Tingler and has inspiration. And right now he's got a halberd to the neck. It's inspiring for him.
He's holding prisoner Butthole. Does that mean prisoner Butthole can make contact with, I don't know, a little guidance?
That is a good call. Butthole will do
How
that.
many of you are playing Butthole? I gotta know. I know we've got multiple characters going
That
here.
is a 12 because his second roll was a nat 1 and the guidance roll was a 1.
Ooh, well,
12. We're out of magic rings to break, so that's probably for the best. Okay, so with the 12, the guard says, so you are trying to fight the Dark Lord. This will not stand. We need a place in the Horde. The Horde is awesome, so you know what I say. And it's like time slows, and he's like, go Horde. And he's going to try and jam the blade into your throat. Butthole, you are holding on. You're being held by Reginald. You see the glint of the blade as time slows, and this guy goes to jam the sword in. Reginald's taken his action and failed. What do you do?
Great. Butthole will summon a fucking spiritual hammer to just hit this motherfucker in the face and blast him back. That's just the bonus action. So we'll see what he has to do if that doesn't
What
work.
was casting guidance? Was that also
Casting
bonus
guidance
action?
was an action.
Okay, so the bonus action is still kosher.
Yeah, because realistically, there's not much else he can fucking do. Let's see. It will appear. It will take a swing. I will confirm what fucking... There we go. Okay.
And I will wait to see how much my jaw hurts from being hit by a hammer.
That is... he is... Oh, no, I can't use that. And inspiration... Doesn't feel like it should be able to affect a spell roll, so I'm going to stand by this one. That is a 16 to hit.
16 will hit on the guard.
Alrighty.
Just barely. One might even say meeting barely.
Nice. Nice. The hammer will appear. It's a traditional hammer because he can't throw his fists because they are cuffed behind him in the cuffs. Mm-hmm. So it will be doing 17 force damage.
Damn, that is not nothing, eh?
No. And that's cast at level 2. These fuckers can hit hard.
All right, so 17 damage. Okay, I think it's an appropriate time to roll initiative. Moss and Quinny, I think you probably arrive as this little kerfuffle is occurring. So you can go ahead and roll as well. The challenge to all of you is you're out in the open. This is happening close to the doors of the barracks. So if you can end it quickly, you might have a shot at not drawing everyone to you. If you cannot, it's going to get real haunty up around here.
Reginald has a 16. Butthole has a 13 for initiative.
21 for Quinny.
5.
Okay, so the guard comes in at a nat 20. What a waste of a fucking roll. So he's at the top of the round, and then the other two guards are in at 7. Okay, great. So top of the round, the guard gets slammed in the face by the hammer. It staggers him back so he doesn't coup de grace Reginald. But immediately he drops into a fighting stance. And under his breath, he's just like, "Fuck! It's a Chewbacca gambit!" And he's going to swing his sword at good old Reginald here. Reginald, what's your armor?
Reginald's armor class is 19.
19. All right, let's do it. So 2 attacks with his short sword. 1 misses. 1 will hit, and that is 11 points of damage, of piercing damage, and then an additional 6 points of poison damage.
So that's 17 total, right?
Yes, correct. And the guards kind of closing around him again. There were just 3 at the front of the building. The rest are kind of around. Also, given that there's a prisoner, it currently looks from the outside like the prisoner managed to get a weapon loose. So there's still people are just leaving it be. Also, everyone here is a soldier, so they don't all rush to help each other. It's like, no, whatever, you've got this. So currently, it doesn't look like what it is. That may change. We'll determine that turn to turn. Reginald, you're up next. Or I'm sorry, Quinny is up next at 21.
Right. I'm currently hiding, but I'm assuming I'm able to see all of this and act on it.
Yes. If you want. You can also just let them die if you want. That's fine too.
Yeah, let's make this the Quinny show. Quinny would like to jump from the building he was hiding on and just come down on one of these guys Assassin's Creed style.
Fuck yeah. I'm not going to argue that.
Okay. Perfect.
Cool. Go for it.
Am I...
Yes, you have advantage.
I was going to say, because are they all engaged? Yeah. Oh, well, I'll take the natural 20 then on the second roll. Thank you very much, Papa.
Papa R and Jesus.
Papa DM.
You're welcome, I guess.
Thank you, Daddy.
Yeah, man, you can have it. It's happy birthday. I don't know when this is going to air.
Probably close to your birthday.
All right, fantastic. So
I roll my damage dice twice.
Correct. And look cool doing it.
Good God. How many dice?
A few.
To quote Eric Bana in the Star Trek movie, all of them.
What a pull.
Okay, all right.
I yell that almost daily. All of them.
6, 12, 18, 20, 27, 33. Rolling again.
Whoa.
I will remember you, guard number 2. Will you remember me?
They should call them
guard
dark
number
spines, because when you pull them out, they're really just a dark color.
6, 12, 18, 21 for a total of 54 damage?
Look,
I think.
you know,
Why not?
some days you wake up as a murder country guard and you're just like, today's going to be a good day. It doesn't matter if you woke up feeling that today because It was a bad day for guard number 2.
That's life in murder country.
Yeah, that's it's a big country. You just fucking destroy this guy. How does this look? Like, what does it look like?
This guard was going to help his buddy. He was going to raise a sword. He drew it out and raised it up to bring it down into the fight. And just a shadow over his head gets bigger and bigger and bigger until Quinny just comes into contact with his skull, the sword pointing down, and Quinny is here.
Riding his shoulders.
Yeah, that's right. As per usual, just riding the corpse down to the floor.
Riding Quinny's. Hallelujah.
Quinny has a couple of abilities here because of the kill. One being just a little something. Dark One's Blessing. I get 10 temp HP when I kill someone with my packed weapon. Which I need because I took a little bit of a beating luring a horde of guards away from the portal.
Yeah, totally fair.
And because of Thirsting Blade, I get to attack twice. So that was one attack. I would like to direct my next attack at the more injured.
Okay, so the sort of lead drow.
Yeah, it's like I take one on the outside and now I'm working into the middle of this other guy.
Yep, fair enough.
To hit, it's going to be
attacks.
It's going to be 19 to hit.
Yeah, 19 will hit.
Okay. And sneak attack only works once per turn. I'm just going to quickly roll to see if poison on breach of contract stays. On a 1 to 3, it stops, so I can't do poison damage anymore.
Yeah, you really needed it.
I'll take anything I can get. I do not have a lot of HP. I need to burn people down before they touch me. That is 17 damage. 17
damage to the already injured guard? All right.
Yes, please.
How does he go?
It's his dead buddy slumping into him, kind of throws him off, and it's just Quinny transferring, riding down one body onto the next one.
Great. So the body kind of slumps against Butthole and Reginald and kind of like slides down. There's still the one guard with the halberd looking at the three of you now. Eyes wide, bring us to Reginald as the guard starts to like draw back for a big swing.
Great. And Reginald just yells, "You dare challenge a horde master?" And he's just going to fucking lay this dude the ever-loving fuck out. So he's just coming swinging in with his flaming hammer. Realizing now this is as much about performing for the crowd of anyone who can see this as well as the people inside. It's not like he can back up his gambit of, "I'm Reginald, I'm here to take charge." So he's got two swings. One is a 25. The other is a 12. So I'm going to guess one hits.
You are correct.
Doesn't.
The 25 does not. The 12 will.
Oh, this is a real twist.
It's a topsy-turvy day.
Okay, it will be doing... he's using a great weapon with two hands, so he gets to reroll because he's a specialist in those. There we go. Much better. That is 11 regular damage for bludgeoning from the hammer, plus, another 11 fire damage for a total of 22 damage from the successful hammer strike.
All right. He's still up, but he's looking very rough. You just like slam into him, and he's like, "I guess." Butthole, Jesus Christ, this guy, his initiative is so low.
All right, so this guy is facing another hammer just coming in out of the space, just a golden hammer taking a swing. That is a 25 to hit.
Yep.
Which will take it over to, if I just confirm the damage from my brain. Yeah, okay. That is 11 force damage.
11 force damage. He gets cracked with a hammer and like just spits out a mouthful of blood. He is miraculously still up, but barely hanging on to life. Very, very barely. 2 HP barely, if you will.
Okay. Then I am just confirming for my brain. I think he's just going to fucking take, like, just lean forwards, just headbutt the shit out of this guy. Just like, this is body as weapon because he's still cuffed and no one took them off. But if he can do this and they take this guy down, they can all pretend it was just a prisoner thing and let it go. So he's coming in with a regular unarmed attack. That is a... that is a third. Just let me fuck me 19.
Yep.
Okay, and that will do. It's D4 plus strength, if I'm correct, for unarmed attacks.
If your strength is anything, you win.
Great. That is 7 damage from the headbutt.
KO. You Zinedine Zidane him into the ground. And he crumples, dropping his halberd.
Great. He crumples, hits the floor. Reginald grabs Butthole by the collar and is like, "That's enough out of you," and like fake socket him in the gut. Then he looks to Quinny and says, "Good job, Bodyguard Shmengus." And then he just raises his hammer and crushes the skull of the halberd guy into the floor. And then he turns to the front door and says, "Who's in charge? I'm done fucking around."
Like an Emily comes out and he like adjusts his little cap and he's like, that'd be me, sir."
Excellent. I'm Reginald Tingler. I've been sent to take over the Dark Spikes. I am here looking for a cleric. You are going to help me, or I will kill everyone in this building until I get the help I need.
This is the single greatest thing that has ever happened to him. His eyes go wide. He's like trying not to smile. He is trembling in fear and is just so thrilled. Like an actual Horde member showed up and gives a shit. And he's like, "Oh, all right, sir. Yeah, let's fucking find you a cleric. Let's do it. Let's do it." And he turns around. And he's like, "Are you a cleric? Oh, no, you're Steve. I know you're not a cleric. Okay, let's find him. What does he look like?"
I don't have that information, but we're going to figure this out. This is Shmengus, my bodyguard.
"What's up, Shmengus?"
Hi, yep, that's me. Look, line everybody up inside the barracks by the bunks.
"All right. Hey, listen up, idiots. It's me, Julian South Beach. Your favorite Emily. And I need everybody to line the fuck up because the Horde is here and they want to look for some clerics. And if any of you is a cleric, a secret cleric, like, that's going to be real bad because I asked you all to write your class down on my fucking clipboard. And if you didn't, he'll fucking kill you." They do. People start lining up. Like, again, people are fucking jazzed that a Horde member is here. It's great.
Good. Everybody here, everyone's here. Lord Reginald, I'll leave it to you to investigate and interrogate here. I'm going to check the rest of the barracks.
Excellent. Yes, make sure that the cleric isn't hiding. Go search.
Wait, hang on. Sorry, because I know I'm going to get questions about this. Who is your other awesome Horde companion in the dope murder chair?
Did you join us, Moss? Or did you stay outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just really low initiative.
Just really, the lowest of low initiatives.
This is
So ready with her hammer, didn't get a chance.
This is Slaughterhorse.
And like a wave passes through the room. People just be like, "Fuck yeah."
Yeah, when I'm tired, I ride her into battle. All right, Slaughterhorse. See if you can spot the cleric. I know I can. Shmengus, search in case the cleric's hiding.
Yes, sir. Quinny about faces and is basically trying to see if this Furnold is hiding.
Murderdog, go help. He orders Goblin Jr., who might be better at finding a cleric than Quinny, to go assist.
Goblin Jr. Just like comes in, like looks each of these motherfuckers in the eye, and just like, "Sturf nerf." He can't sound badass. He just has one sound.
Yep.
And then he's also just been too domesticated to play the wolf card properly anymore. Like, it would normally be scary if just a random wolf was there, but you know, he trots off.
He is in combat armor.
He's wearing armor,
Yeah. He trots off after after Quinny. That's fine. The way happy dogs do.
His tail wagging.
Arms and legs barely touching the ground. You know?
Tongue out.
Yeah.
He does love hunting for clerics.
All right. So Quinny, basically, as I understand it, Reginald and Moss are going to try and distract the assembled troops while you search the building.
I've basically tried to get everyone in this building in one room under false pretenses so I can better search. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a big fucking building. Okay. So you've got everyone in this ward or this like floor is lined up. But there are other spaces that you can explore. So you head off on your own, Reginald and Slaughterhorse. You are kind of trying to keep all the assorted idiots in line. What are the two of you going to do? You said you're trying to spot a cleric. What does that look like for you, Moss?
Oh God, Moss is so thrown by like the Slaughterhorse thing. It's like who is Slaughterhorse?
Yeah, for a changeling getting handed a new persona isn't exactly as easy.
Yeah,
it's like it's cool.
Well, and it's also like she's not going to change her appearance in any way to be Slaughterhorse, so it's just Moss as Moss pretending to be Slaughterhorse.
This is new.
Which is
Moss
so
has never had to act.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really funny. Yeah,
is-
it hadn't occurred to me.
It's very unsettling. I'm the horse that slaughters.
And again, just like a murmur through the crowd of like, oh, that's so badass. Yeah.
At Reginald, it's like, Moss is nailing this. Okay. Moss knows a lot of magic. Moss is going to be able to find this cleric, no problem. And he's providing no assistance. He's just standing, like, watching very approvingly.
So Moss is just going to...
By approving, I mean very judgingly. He looks like a fucking asshole.
All right, everyone, in a line. And Moss just wants to, like, basically go up and down the line and just, like... just try to look badass.
I
And
saw
like,
your jaw there.
If
Yeah.
anyone's like shaking or if anyone seems nervous, like take them aside and give them like the Freebird sign.
Check to see if anyone looks fierce.
Yeah.
It's
So
in the
Yeah.
my favorite part of this too is that they're all already in a line, and then you order them into a line, and they're like, and they all like move around a little bit, like they just like shuffle in spot, trying to get into a better line.
Just want them to question if their line isn't good enough.
Yeah. All right. Can you roll me a perception, please?
Sure. Oh, nat 20. Hello.
Hell.
I think that's my first nat 20 of this whole session.
God, yeah, we've been playing for the last 12 years, it feels like, on this session. Okay, so yeah, you definitely find a few trembling people. None of them look particularly cleric-y, but there's definitely some people who have like clearly not put as much effort into the Dark Spike outfit, and then another person who's put way too much effort into the Dark Spike outfit. All of whom are a little nervous.
I want the too much effort person.
All right, so you pull them aside, and they're like, Sir Horse, who slaughters, it's good to see you. This is great. This is awesome.
Moss is just gonna like with one finger kind of like beckon him down to her level
Yeah, he leans down.
and just whisper in the ear like, do you know Kazos?
And he looks at you confused and says, is that a cool horde thing that I should know? Because if it's a cool horde thing, then yeah, I love Kazos, or I hate Kazos, depending on your views on Kazos.
No, like good.
Okay, yay Kazos then.
Friend of Kazos.
You're okay.
Get back in line.
He gets back in line feeling like he failed a test, but not knowing how. And he's just muttering to his friends like, if she asks you're a friend of Kazos, be a friend of Kazos. Live for me. Be awesome for me. All right. Do you do anything about the other two?
Oh yeah.
All right.
It's the same, literally the same thing.
No one has heard of Kazos. Do you flash them the sign of the Freebird? It's pretty risky.
It is risky, and I feel like, I mean, they would have known Kazos.
Would they?
I don't know.
Do you want to roll? You want to roll insight?
Yeah. 22.
22. So it occurs to you that the Freebird movement is large enough that it's entirely possible not to know Kazos, particularly if the clerics are run out of town.
Right.
Question though, would Fernald know Kazos?
Fernald would absolutely know Kazos.
Okay.
But
You're on the right track in that respect. But
Yeah.
But I just want to clarify that there's a good chance because like it's not like Gary. Even the people who follow Gary and are like into Gary's movement still call him Gary the traitor. Like this was enough and like the execution was very public, and it's just the kind of thing where like even the people who like it, it's not it's not like a Star Wars rebellion where there's like Mon Mothma and just we all meet up and we're like, all right, what are we doing about the Empire? It's just like it's a much less organized movement. So it's entirely possible that there are people who are completely unaware of other people.
Fine. Go back to the first person.
Oh, God. It's not over for this guy.
Beckon close again.
And everyone else, like, it's like a high school. I was like, ooh. They're all assuming he's going to get murdered. And he steps forward and says, yeah,
How fierce are you?
I'm a fierce warrior. In battle, I will prove my mettle.
How fierce, wink, are you?
I have mastered the blade and shield, and I will be the fiercest of battle warriors, and will heal no one.
Back in line.
And he shuffles back in line.
And the same thing to the next one, just like...
While Juniper is doing this, Reginald is watching the line because what he knows is, having dealt with a bunch of betrayers and traitors, like the Horde is its own treacherous nightmare. You send a lieutenant to do something active, and you just watch the lineup to see who is reacting to what when their focus isn't you. He would like to be watching and sensing for magic because as a blood hunter, that's like within his ability. So could he do an Arcana check to see if anybody is reflexively just drawing on magic?
Sure, yeah. Let's do that.
Alrighty.
This is what Moss intended.
That is a 24.
Wow.
24? Sure. So there is a very like incredibly forgettable looking human man, just like dressed in dark spike armor. It's competent. Seems to be at sort of firm attention. And rather than drawing on magic, you can feel them trying to push it away. Just actively push magic away from them.
Okay. He is going to just let Juniper do this until there's like a pause. He's not going to interrupt the process because he doesn't want to make a big thing. But when eventually Juniper is just burning through this line of people with the exact same questions and not getting a reaction, he's going to be like, all right, Slaughterhorse, continue with the questioning. I'm going to require an assistant to help me go check in with my bodyguard who is searching the building.
What's his name?
Shmengus.
There we go.
And then he's just like, you, and he points to the magical dude.
Yep.
And we'll walk him out of the room.
And he's like, all right. And as you do, can you roll me a perception, please?
Yes. That is a 7.
7. I'll let you roll with advantage because you were staring at the whole line for a while.
14.
14. You notice there are a number of gaps in the line. A number of people did not report to the line. And with that, you usher definitely not Furnold the Fierce out of the room as Slaughterhorse continues to like scare and impress a bunch of folks wheeling up and down.
Also, I think canonically, Moss's appearance is incredibly unsettling to
Yes.
anyone who sees it.
Yes.
So-
Yes, it really
That's why
is.
everyone assumed you were Horde. I think if it was Juniper in the chair, it'd be like, no, that's just a person.
This
but, like,
is the
Moss,
face
it's
that
like,
Moss flashes for unsettling visage.
yeah. It's like you fit in with like a man who is a bunch of tentacles in a flesh suit. Like it's just like, yes, of course, nightmares are here. All right, so you bring Furnold the Fierce out, Reginald into I guess we'll probably say like the second floor, which is where Quinny went with Goblin Jr. Quinny, can you roll me an investigation?
Not great. Total of 11.
11. There are certainly people on this floor that didn't hear all the yelling downstairs that are kind of going about their business, but you do notice a lot of empty cots, and that could either be because of the war or who knows. But there's definitely a tension in the air. People are like still putting up like metal as hell posters of the Horde that they've drawn and stuff, and like there's still that going on, particularly because it's parade day. Everyone is like polishing their black spiky armor. But there was a tension to the room. You don't know what it is because you rolled an 11, but
Yeah. Yeah, I think I just continue my search.
cool.
Yeah.
And what specifically are you looking for?
I'm looking for like hidey holes, like I'm checking like closets. I'm checking like washroom stalls. I'm checking for like someone who doesn't want to go downstairs. If, someone's sweeping through being like, all right, everybody line up, Reginald's here. For someone who just doesn't want to get caught up in that. I'm looking for someone hiding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So roll me an additional investigation, please.
Same number, 11.
11. You're checking closets and you're seeing a lot of Akat outfits just hanging up. There's not a lot to find here. You also notice there's a distinct lack of hidey spaces throughout this. Like, you would hate living here because due to the military nature of the barracks, they want to make sure that everything is kind of out in the open. At which point, Reginald and Fernald, or maybe not, arrive.
Yep. Reginald will reach over and just pull down Butthole's hood and just gesture Quinny over and say, all right, Furnold, nice to meet you. Reginald, this is Prince Bobbert as you know him. This is Butthole. That's actually Quinny, not Shmengus. I made that name up. Quinny, sorry about the name. It's not really my best work, and I wasn't trying to mock you. Here's the deal. We got sent here by Kazos. We heard there was a problem. We don't want you to get murdered. Also, we're collecting the clerics to go hide somewhere because we're planning on fucking shit up. We're the ones who destroyed the portal. So either you're Fernald or I'm sorry, we're going to have to murder you. This was a bad call on my part.
Wow, that's quite a thing. Yeah, I'm Furnold. Wait, you're Prince Bobbert? You're back?
Yeah. We're here to kind of retake Akat. None of us care for this necromancy thing, and we'd like to go back to being like an ordered, good society that can like save the world from injustice.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's great. And I mean, the sooner we can do that, if you're looking to like save Akat, the better, because he like looks around conspiratorially and he's like, because like they've been taking people in the night. I'm pretty sure Grayson Typhus is using them for fuel.
God damn it. I hate this fucking guy. Yes, we're going to stop that.
Fuel for what?
How much do you know about phylacteries?
Oh, God.
This episode of Dum-Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter, and our DM Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum-Dums and Dragons artwork is by Del Borovic, who can be found at delborovic.com. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad music is No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, all available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum-Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. But most importantly, we've got merchandise at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice, or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum-Dums and Dragons. Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time. Christopher Little, Sue One, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn 1138, Alarain Okapi, OMG It's Big Nick, D&D and Things, Schrodinger's Pepper, Guy Edwards, Flea Unit, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Nithrian, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia de los Hoodless, Diophasis, Loki Burrito, Squishy Werewolf, Remy, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.